Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video lecture, we will cover a new chapter of Biology class 11, that is the living world. So, what is living? It is a unique feature of living organisms. Growth, reproduction, ability to sense environment, respond, metabolism, and ability to self-replicate, self-organize, interact, and emergence to the list. So, reproduction likewise is a characteristic of a living organism. For multicellular, it is sexual. For fungi, it is asexual spores. For yeast and hydra, it is budding. For planaria, it is true regeneration. For fragmentations or fungi, and for unicellular organisms like amoeba, growth and reproduction are synonymous. But there are some sterile organisms like mule, worker bees, and fertile human. Hence, it is also cannot be an inclusive defining characteristics of the living organism. Another characteristics of life is metabolism. An isolated metabolic reaction outside body in a test tube is neither living nor non-living. While metabolism is defining feature of all living organisms without exceptions. Isolated reactions are not living things but surely living reactions. Hence, cellular forms or organizations of the body is defining feature of life form. Then all living organisms grow, increase in mass and in number of individuals are twin characteristics of growth. Plants grow by cell division throughout their life. Unicellular organisms also grow by cell division. Then consciousness, defining a property of living organisms. Organisms are distinguished unexpectedly. Every living organism respond and sense its environment, and only humans have cell consciousness. Coma patients are brain dead but body is responding. Heart and lungs get replaced by machines. Then living organisms are self-replicating, evolving, self-regulating interactive systems capable of responding to external stimuli. All living organisms are linked to one another by sharing common genetic material but to varying degrees. Property of tissues are not found in cells but present due to interactions among cells and similarly in organelle and molecules. Then diversity in the living organisms. Each different kinds of plants, animals or organisms you see represents a species. 1.7 to 1.8 million species have been now known and described, which refers to biodiversity, that is number and type of organism present on earth. First, nomenclature. It is the only possible when organism is described correctly. For plants, ICBN, International Code for Botanical Nomenclature. Then for animals, ICZN, International Code for Zoological Nomenclature. Then systematics, branch of study including different organisms, their diversity and relationship between them. Latin word systema means systematic arrangement of organism. Linnaeus used Systema Naturae as the title to his publication. The scope of systematic was later enlarged to include identification, nomenclature, and classification. Then classification, it is a grouping into convenient categories based on easily observable characters. We use convenient categories to study organisms. In scientific term for these categories is taxa. Animals, mammals, dogs represent taxa at different levels. Based on characteristics, all living organisms can be classified into different taxa, which is called taxonomy. Then binomial nomenclature by Carolus Linnaeus contains generic names and specific epithet. Their universal rules are it should be Latinized, written in italics. First word is genus and next is species. When handwritten separately underlined and printed in italics which denote Latin origin. Genus starts with capital letter and species with small. Then the taxonomies of two types, modern taxonomic studies and then processes that are based on classification. Modern taxonomy studies external, internal structure, cell structure, etc. Then process that are basics to classify the characterization, identification, classification, and nomenclature. Earlier classifications were based on the uses of various organisms. Then taxonomic categories. Each step in classification represent a rank or category called taxonomic category, and all of them makes taxonomic hierarchy. Each category is referred as unit of classification, represent rank, and is commonly termed as taxon. Group represent category and it further denotes rank or taxon. These groups or categories are distinct biological entities and not merely morphological aggregates. Then important points, subcategories in hierarchy in figure facilitate more sound and scientific placement of various taxa. Higher the category, greater is the difficulty of determining the relationship to other taxa at the same level. Then species, group of organisms with fundamental similarities and can interbreed. One genus may have one or more species representing different organisms but having same morphological similarities. Then genus, it is a group of related species. Then family, closely related generates with less number of similarities. They are characterized in both vegetative and reproductive features of plant species. Then order and higher taxonomic categories are identified based on aggregates of characters. Similar character further decrease. Class, example Mammalia include order Primata and Carnivora. Phylum, division in plants, classes like Pisces, Amphibia, reptiles, aves, Mammalia are included in Chordata phylum. Kingdom, highest category, example Plantae. Then taxonomical aid, herbarium, collection of dried, pressed and preserved plant specimen, and then the sheets are arranged according to the classification. Information on herbarium sheets, date and place of collections, English local and botanical name, family, collector's name. They serve as quick referral system in studies and become storehouse respiratory for future use. Then botanical gardens, collections of living plants which are growth for identification. Each plant is labeled indicating botanical name and its family. Famous botanical garden are at EU, that is in England. Indian Botanical Garden is Havra, India, and at National Research Institute of Lucknow. Then biological museums set up in schools, colleges, and include collections of preserved plants and animals, specimens in jars and in preservative solution, that is formalin. Insects are preserved in insect boxes after collecting, killing, and pinning. Then larger animals are stuffed and preserved. They also contain collections of skeleton. Zoological parks, wild animals under human care by which we learn their food habits and behavior. They are provided with conditions similar to natural habit. Key, used for identification of plants and animals based on affinity. They are based on contrasting characters, generally in pair called couplet, results in acceptance of only one and rejection of another. Each statement in key is called a lead. Separate taxonomic keys are required for each taxonomic category such as family, genus, and species. Keys are generally analytical in nature. So this much for this video. Hope you liked it, and please don't forget to subscribe my channel, and please share, comment and like my videos too. Till then, thank you. Bye bye.